There are moments when the world feels too loud, when your mind is a battlefield, and you can't tell if you're losing ground or just standing still. You scroll, you chase, you grind, and yet something inside you whispers, there must be more than this. There is. 2,000 years ago, in the chaos of empire and plague, one man wrote down his fight for peace. His name was Marcus Aurelius, and his words are still a torch in the dark. Today, we'll walk through 10 of his most powerful meditations, not as philosophy, but as fuel, for anyone who's ready to rise above the noise, reclaim their mind, and live with unshakable calm. This isn't ancient history. This is your call to stillness in a restless world. 1. A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. This one hits home. I remember when I first started chasing goals just because everyone else seemed to. Numbers, followers, milestones. And then, one day, I looked around and thought, none of this feels like me. Marcus reminds us, your worth isn't in your achievements, but in what you aim for. If your ambition is kindness, clarity, or truth, you're already winning. But if your ambition is approval, that's a cage. Ask yourself, what am I really chasing? Because your ambitions shape your soul. 2. Life is more like wrestling than dancing. Oh, this one's for the tough days. Marcus says life isn't a graceful waltz. It's a grapple. It pushes, pulls, and sometimes throws you down. But here's the twist. Wrestling builds strength. I think of times I've had to pivot. Projects collapsing, plans derailed, opportunities gone. Each time I realized resilience isn't a gift, it's a skill. We wrestle with life not to win, but to stay on our feet. 3. A tranquil mind is nothing else than a well-ordered mind. Ever tried meditating only to realize your thoughts are louder than the world outside? Yeah. Marcus reminds us that peace isn't about silence, it's about order. When I finally started journaling, thanks Marcus, I noticed something. Once I could see my thoughts on paper, they stopped ruling me. A well-ordered mind doesn't come from escaping the world. It comes from arranging your thoughts so the noise has somewhere to go. 4. Is the cucumber bitter? Then throw it away. This one always makes me smile. It's Marcus's way of saying, don't overthink what you can simply act on. If something's bad for you, a toxic friendship, a draining habit, a pointless argument, just let it go. Don't write a novel about it. Don't demand the universe explain itself. I used to dwell on every wrong turn, every unfair thing. But now, I try to remember the cucumber. It's bitter. Toss it. Move on. 5. The consequences of anger are far more severe than its causes. This one stings because, well, I've been there. Anger feels powerful in the moment, like fire in your chest. But when it cools, it leaves ashes, regret, tension, lost peace. Marcus reminds me to pause, count to 10, breathe before responding. Because the real strength isn't in the outburst, it's in the restraint. 6. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. I love this line because it cuts straight through the noise. We live in an age of opinions, everyone shouting about virtue, justice, ethics. Marcus whispers, stop debating. Start doing. When I first started reading philosophy, I thought wisdom meant quoting the ancients. Now I realize wisdom is showing up when you say you will, keeping promises, being kind when no one's watching. Be the good you wish existed. Simple as that. 7, love the art which you have learned and take comfort in it. There's something so tender here. Marcus, an emperor with unimaginable burdens, tells us to take solace in our craft. Whatever you do, teach, paint, cook, write, build, do it with love. For me, creating has always been an anchor. When the world feels chaotic, I turn to words. They remind me I'm still capable of shaping something beautiful, even when I can't control anything else. 8th, pass the remainder of your life as one who has committed his all to the gods, making yourself neither tyrant nor slave to anyone. Freedom, in Marcus's eyes, isn't about control. It's about trust. He says, stop trying to rule everything. Stop letting others rule you. Do your best, then let go. I've learned that peace often begins where control ends. The moment I stop trying to script every outcome, life opens up. Stoicism isn't about being emotionless. It's about being anchored. 9. Most of what we say and do is unnecessary. Remove it, and you will have more tranquility and less disturbance. This could be written for our time. We live in a culture of clutter, digital noise, endless scrolling, constant performance. Marcus says, cut the excess. A few years ago, I started decluttering my space, and weirdly, my conversations followed. Less gossip, fewer pointless arguments, more silence that actually heals. Simplicity isn't emptiness, it's focus. 10, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. If I could tattoo one Stoic truth on my heart, this would be it. The world will never be entirely kind, predictable, or fair. But my mind, my choices, my attitude, my reactions, that's my domain. Marcus writes, you can at any moment retreat into yourself, not as an escape, but as a return to that quiet place within that no crisis can touch. Whenever I feel overwhelmed, I imagine that inner refuge, the calm center that no storm can reach. And I breathe. Marcus Aurelius never wrote to impress the world. He wrote to survive with dignity. And maybe that's all any of us are trying to do. Not to be perfect, not to be unshakable, but to live each day with awareness, grace, and a steady heart. If these meditations stirred something in you, a spark to live with more intention, to face chaos with calm, don't let it fade. Join the journey. Share your reflections, your victories, your lessons in the comments below. Let's keep these ancient truths alive by living them. Because philosophy isn't meant to sit on a shelf. It's meant to shape how we rise each morning, how we speak, how we meet life's storms with quiet power. So rise, one clear thought at a time. Live, not perfectly, but wisely. Remember, you are not fragile. You are forged, a warrior of the mind, and your greatest battle is within. See you in the next one.